Hi, I'm Vikas, founder and CEO at Acviss Technologies. Today I'm going to talk about Origin, our blockchain-based track and trace solution. Supply chain in all verticals are very fragile. Fake products have infiltrated the supply chains, and there's also a lack of trust between the various entities involved in manufacturing and the supply chain. Acviss's Origin solution protects the supply chain from fake products, streamlines the supply chain, and brings in all the various entities on one single platform so that they can transact with trust. Origin uses blockchain at its core so that all transactions can be verified, audited, and are immutable. Origin traces each step in the supply chain through the help of a mobile application so that each and every step of the product can be traced and tracked and recorded in the supply chain. This helps any consumer who is buying the product figure out how the product has moved and how the product originated. Additionally, Origin also enables primary and secondary mappings so that products can be tracked at any level. The idea of Origin is to provide a complete end-to-end traceability for any product, ensure that all players that are involved in the manufacturing and the supply chain are on a single platform and can transact with each other without having to worry about the trust. And of course, the fact that transactions can be recorded and payments are automated so that any player in the supply chain does not have to constantly worry about getting settled on time. Origin works really well for the agriculture industry or the pharma industry or any industry for that matter which requires to provide provenance and track and trace of the products. So if you're wondering why provide provenance or the origin of the product itself, so as consumers, everyone is really looking at how the product is originated. Consumers are really interested in knowing whether a product is genuine, whether a product has been tampered in the supply chain, and a brand that is able to confidently provide that does earn the loyalty of a consumer. So let's take an example of the coffee sector, of a brand that sells coffee and how it can further provide a great story to its consumer, thereby increasing its sales. Coffee is a geographically indicated product and it derives a premium based on the region from where it is grown. And hence, there's a great scope of fraud happening where people try to sell coffee grown from different regions as a GI product of a particular region. So let's see how Origin can help coffee brands derive more value and of course attract more consumers. So Origin helps bring in all the various players involved in the coffee growing and the coffee roasting market. So be it the grower, be it the processing unit, the lab, the curing unit, or the roasting unit. It brings in all these players onto a single platform. The fact that it's a blockchain-based platform, these players are not worried now about sharing data with each other and also not worried about whether they can trust the other party. Origin starts working right from the moment the grower picks up the coffee from the fields and bags them. Using Acviss's non-tamper and non-replicable labels, bags are digitized and loaded onto the blockchain platform through a simple mobile application which even a grower is able to use easily. Once the bags are onto the blockchain platform and when they move from the grower down to the supply chain, each and every transaction is recorded and captured onto the system. These transactions are non-mutable and cannot be tampered with. And at the time of receipt, using smart contracts concept of the blockchain, payments are automatically made to the farmers, all the entities which are sending these bags. Origin also enables sampling of each unit so that samples can be drawn and certificates can be issued by the certificating authority. This makes it a complete foolproof system which an importer sitting in any other country can look at the data and be assured that what he or she is buying is a genuine product, is a certified product, and of course, is a fairly traded product. And now, when a consumer buys this end product, he or she gets a complete trace of how the product is moved to the supply chain, right from the farm it was grown at, the curing unit that processed it, the distributor that distributed it, and the retailer that packed it, and of course, any other entity which was involved in the supply chain, including the certificating authority, what certificate was issued, and what score was awarded to this particular coffee. It's a great system which provides farmers timely payments, which provide the consumers complete visibility of how the product has moved, and which provides different players in the supply chain a great tool to transact with each other. which couldn't happen earlier because of lack of trust. Using Origin, farmers have reaped great benefits. Now that they get paid on time, they can further improve the yield, get financing, get insurance, and also get a lot of data which they can further utilize to improve their efficiency and production. It also helps in bringing a lot of efficiency in the supply chain and thereby increasing profits and sales for all the various entities involved in the supply chain. And to top it off, consumers get a genuine product which they can verify and can be assured of, thereby ensuring that they are not consuming unhealthy products and improving the nation's health and economy. So Origin incorporates a blockchain. It also incorporates a mobile application which is used by each and every entity to record the transactions. It incorporates a label which is a non-tamper and a non-replicable label, and also incorporates a method for the consumer to verify the provenance of the product and the trace of the product. At each stage, the entities involved in the supply chain use Origin's mobile application to record the transaction and acknowledge each and every transaction that happens. The app is also used to receive payments and send payments. There is a dashboard available to each and every entity who is part of the supply chain network to be able to get a complete view of all the transactions and get great insights into their production and into the supply chain network, which can further help improve the network. And of course, consumers can finally verify the provenance and the trace of the product by scanning the label from a simple application or from any generic scanner. So this in a nutshell was about Origin. The example of course was for coffee, but Origin can be used for any vertical, be it pharma, be it electronics, or any other industry. Origin is a great tool which can help brands provide complete transparency in the supply chain, remove fraud, remove pilferage, and give consumers a method to verify the provenance, the trace of the product, and so that they can be assured of the product they are buying and consume them confidently and happily. If you'd like to know more about Origin, please do reach out to us here.